that complete.
Mm-mm. Of course, we're live.
I, but who knows who I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's true. The trials and tribulations.
It's real estate, you know. You never,
Uh,
you
well
can't get
aware.
anything till it hatches.
The lovely, unpredictable world that we have chosen to live in, right? We're
I
here
know.
by choice,
Yeah.
and we stay by
Some,
choice.
somebody somehow persuaded me, whether ethically or not, to become a realtor.
Well, it's working out marvelously.
On the whole, I would say
Yes,
yes.
yeah, 100%, no
On
doubt.
the whole.
Love it.
Now, speaking about being persuaded, we just did a training on that, a workshop.
Yeah, we did. Why in the world would we do a workshop?
I
Right?
don't know. I just thought it would be fun, and the other thing is that it is part of our job as real estate agents to be able to help people understand what might be the best thing for them without actually like manipulating, right?
Well, I think and I think when we share information, when we share things that we have learned in other avenues, if you will, it's a plus. It's a plus for everybody because if you will, a rising tide raises and lifts all boats, correct? So why wouldn't we give our time and help people to improve their business? Because the only people that are going to attend are going to be those that have a genuine interest in doing better for their clients and, you
Yeah.
know, sharpening their sword, if you will,
You know, I
being
just
better at their craft.
I had a conversation with a really great lender. I won't mention the name, but we talked about the kind of business that people do, and that there's sort of there's people who just go after the money, and no doubt many of them are very successful doing what they're doing. But can they sleep, and do they have a quality of life? I don't know. If
Some yes, some no.
some yes, some no. If the motivation though is primarily money, it's a little harder for you to have a quality of life, in my opinion.
Right,
Whereas if you're going to serve and take care of people, the money follows. That's what I think.
right. Yep. And I call it when people have commission breath, it's worse than morning breath. And that's something that I've always said to people is that people can sniff that out over time, one way or another. It will reveal itself, so to speak. So,
Yeah, that's absolutely the case.
but it was a good time, doing a workshop together, right?
I really enjoyed it. It was our first real dance on the stage, so to speak. It was not a big stage. We just had a few people there, but it was actually perfect, I think, for us to really sort of feel through the process of talking about, this part of our business. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree because it was our opportunity to learn about how we like to present as a team.
Hmm.
Always, there's more nuance there than when you're doing it on your own. And kind of you did the nice thing of divvying up the parts, if you will, and we just rolled it out. And I find that anytime you take the information that we presented to everybody, which is basically 7 principles of influence through long-term research, uh, when you roll that out, you learn more from it, even as presenters, than what you had just looking at and absorbing the information. Because when you start to present it to other people, it follows a different path in the mind, and it takes a deeper meaning and root when you do that.
Absolutely. One of the things I liked about it is that we were not just up there, with a podium and then, the audience in front of us, but this was really more of an experience of not just us talking, but the audience participating, trying it out. It really was participatory, and that's the first. I think first step in learning might be just to read something and understand
Right.
it, but then the next thing is to see if you can put it into practice, right?
And that's the key.
Hmm. So this was a little bit of practice, and those
Yep.
seven things I learned things. while we were going through this that surprised me after all these years of my life and my experiences to go, oh my God, that's just brilliant. Yeah.
And we encounter these things every day.
Yeah.
I, 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 I think that there's something with this information. When it is something you encounter every single day, if you're a greater student of it, then you also understand what people are using to influence you.
Right.
And not everybody is doing it in an ethical way. You
Absolutely.
know, it's all about profit. It's all about um, gently changing your mind in ways that you don't even, it's like Jedi mind tricks, for goodness sakes, is what it really boils down to.
Yes. So, one of the things that we didn't do that I'm going to just take a stab at right now
Hmm.
is we talked a lot about authority and how you build authority. And one of the ways that authority is best built is when somebody else introduces you as opposed to yourself. I'm going to stand up there and give you all of the reasons why you should believe me. But
Hmm.
instead I say, Lloyd Fox he's, an amazing man. And I got to know him back when I was the broker of Long Realty. He's, the broker of, at that point, he was the broker of the oldest franchise for that particular brokerage. And, I didn't know him at first, but as I got to know him, I realized that he spoke with understanding and an ability to really communicate ideas to people in ways that were substantial. And what I learned about Lloyd is that he has skill sets that are remarkable and amazing. Some I don't possess at all. So for example, Lloyd, you have a deeper understanding of finances and how to build wealth than I have ever had. And when I talk to other people about our brokerage, I like to say, you get two for the price of one in a way. I certainly have my skill sets, and you might already know what some of those are. But Lloyd has some that you might not know about. He's an authority with regards to building wealth and what you do as a real estate agent to help, build your brand. So there you go.
And believe me, a lot of that learning comes through errors.
Of course.
Trust me on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so, but I appreciate all of that. And when we did the workshop, we talked about this the other day.
Hmm.
One of the things is authority. And what did we do with the workshop? Neither of us did what you just did. We
Okay.
didn't introduce the other, um,
Just jumped
which
right in.
which we will take that cue and we will add that to the next workshop, which we'll probably do in about 6 to 8 weeks, because I do think that this workshop is so valuable to people that over time it'll gain more and more momentum where people will want to come and take part in this learning. And so, yeah, we didn't take the moment to introduce each other. You did a fantastic job just now. So I will take your cue, and therefore, hey, rest of the world. May I present to you somebody you have tremendous respect for, John Myjack. John is somebody that I have known now for well over a decade. We met each other as designated brokers within the same corporate entity, if you will, under the same umbrella. And we were both leading two very different things. He had the corporate owned office in Tucson, and I had a franchise in the Scottsdale area. He had much greater responsibility than I did. Sitting at about 50 agents in Scottsdale is a little different than managing, on a daily basis, anywhere from 900 to 1,000 agents. And if you think 50 is tough to take care of, try 90 to 100, and multiple sites and locations and multiple branch managers and corporate people to also please down the hall with legal counsel and everything else. But you handled the complexity of that role with tremendous grace and a tremendous amount of ability to respond and be available to so many people that needed your help and your assistance. And the one thing they could always count on is that the help and assistance they would receive would be with great care, great compassion for the client as well as the agent, and fostering a fair way of doing business, as well as ethical. I don't know too many people in this entire industry that have the depth of knowledge when it come that you do when it comes to legal language and using the contract as a tremendous tool. And you have a gift of wording a lot of things with great legalese. And I think that's why the Arizona Association of Realtors has engaged you quite frequently. And you're somebody that gives a lot of your time back to the industry and to people even outside of real estate, and demonstrates great compassion with people on a personal level. There's nobody that's worked along with you that doesn't understand how much you deeply care about others. Uh, you put others first, almost always, and I think over time you've paid a bit of a price for that in different ways. But I think you're okay with that because you get great value out of helping others. And that's why I have the great opportunity of working alongside you now. So,
Well, you,
everybody, this is John Myjack.
thank you very much. I appreciate it, and you did a much better job than I did of introducing you.
Well, I don't know that we're running a competition here, you know.
No, but if there were, you would win hands down.
Well, maybe I could do it more announcer style, like boxing or something. Ladies and gentlemen, and now, standing beside me, John Myjack.
That's enough. Thank you, sir. So listen,
Is it getting
another
warm
thing.
in there?
Yeah, I gotta. It's like too hot.
Right now, people are like, why am I even listening to these two?
Yeah, enough of the Mutual Admiration Society,
Mm,
because the stuff that we went over was pretty valuable, not just that piece. One of the things that sort of blew my mind was the whole talk about reciprocity, because certainly that is like it is a key part of our business. But I think we tend to just think it's giving pies or giving, some little tchotchke on the doorstep, and that's nice, and it certainly does its job because I mean the whole idea is you give something to somebody they wanna. It's human nature to give something back.
well, you would hope.
Not always, but normally. There are always exceptions to every rule, right? Yeah, but the the deeper part of reciprocity that we got into with this particular training was very exciting for me, and it helped me. There was a little click, a little light that went on in my brain, because one of the problems I've always had personally in our business is just talking to strangers on the phone or something. That's been hard for me. I'm really good if I'm face to face with somebody and just having a conversation. But asking for something from somebody on the phone, not a good thing for me. But the interesting piece was that little ticket about when people say no, how to actually give them something. And I don't want to give everything away here because I want people to come to this
Hmm.
little thing, but that was a light bulb for me, a light bulb moment, which I think is going to help me in my career, even as I am at this point in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, especially in our business, in sales in general, um, people have great fear asking something because of fear of that exact word you just said, no. But no can mean a lot of different things, and it can also be very liberating.
Hmm.
And it can also provide you a pathway for the next question, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
And if phrased the right way, if done with the right intent, with the right wording, your odds of getting a yes on the next question are greatly enhanced with just a couple tweaks. And it is 100% proven over decades of research.
So, what I loved about this whole training was that we were not talking about persuading people in a salesy way and a manipulating way. It really was a way to help people understand what was better for them. And the seven principles, I'm just going to name them: a liking, reciprocity, scarcity, authority, social proof, consistency, and unity. That those things tied together are actually true, of human nature in pretty much every society, every language, in one way or another. And to have that, scientific proof behind a training like this is really powerful because it gives you the authority to speak in a way that is more beneficial to your business and your clients and their interests. Yeah.
As much as we all think we're different, this is one area where we're not that different from each other in how we respond to different things.
Yeah.
And we can't even explain it. Very difficult to explain why people react or act in the manner that they do to certain questions, statements, but it is pure science. And I always feel like so many people say, "Well, I'm in this business because I'm a people person." You hear that all the time. And when people are truly the center of our business, we're here to serve. If we're here to serve people, isn't it in our best interest to understand a lot deeper how people actually think and act and make decisions in order to best help them?
Absolutely. One of that's sort of been a lifelong thing for me, trying to understand why we're here and what do we do and how do we serve other people and what other people are about. As you
Right.
said, we're 99% of our genes are the same. Let's just start there. It doesn't matter what kind of culture you come from, what religion you are, what skin color, anything else. We are in effect pretty much the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
like
I
to focus on
thoroughly
our
I,
differences.
I thoroughly enjoy people, really. Most. There are some, some people it's the old 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. We'll tell you how much time you're willing to spend with somebody. We'll tell you how much you really like that person, if you will. Are they a 2 minute friend, a 2 hour friend, or a 2 day friend? It makes a difference on a lot of things. So, hope a lot of people will join us at the next workshop, and we'll get
Oh,
the information out there soon for sure. We will definitely do it again. Like I said, probably I would say early July, possibly at the latest,
early
because I really
June.
don't want to wait long.
Yeah. Let's not
Um,
do the 4th of July.
yeah. No, you got something going on?
But it's not so much that I do, but I think there may be other
Other
people.
people might. Yeah,
Yeah.
we probably won't have anything going on, but other people will have plenty going on. They'll have parties and things. We'll be like, oh, what is that like?
Hmm.
And this will be our 250th celebration.
I know. That's kind of amazing.
It's wild. It's nice to. I mean, I was just a kid when it was the bicentennial, and now here we are at 250. So it's a wonderful time to be alive and still really truly feel like we are very fortunate to live in one heck of a great country.
Yeah.
We might not always be proud of some of the things that we do, um, but I think overall we have an unbelievable gift in being citizens of the United States of America.
Oh, I
But
would agree.
yeah, anything planned for your rest of your day, your weekend?
Uh, there are other powers beyond myself that may dictate exactly what will happen in the next 24 hours, in the
Got
next,
it.
yeah, and that's okay. I'm actually nothing if not flexible. So,
Got it. Nice.
mhm.
I have a lunch here in about 45 minutes now
Hmm,
with some great people.
that's
It's
great.
a grandmother and the two grandchildren. and they don't know I'm coming, the kids. So it's kind of a surprise. They
Wonderful.
get the two kids both get a little bit of a rise out of me. Yeah, they call me the enemy.
That's fantastic.
Lloyd Fox is the enemy.
You're going to come in Darth Vader
Well,
costume?
this is because I did I did a FaceTime with them once, and I was with their grandmother. She'd stopped by one of my open houses to say hello, saw my signs, and then we just decided to do a FaceTime with the grandkids. And I said, well, sorry you won't be seeing her anymore. She's coming with me. Nona, Nona is coming with me.
Oh, don't take
Oh my
Nona!
God, they lost their minds. So now it's become a running joke. So today, she's having, because school's out now, so um, they're having a lunch together. And guess who the guest visitor is that's going to arrive? And the father found out about it, who's a very dear friend of mine. That's how all this began. Um, he's a good friend. He's like, uh, do you think this is a good idea? He's like, you might get kicked out of the place because they get a little bit high pitched. I'm expecting it to be a little bit interesting. I think the grandmother said I should wear some body armor.
I think you should like you're going to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Call the restaurant up and ask them to play this when you walk in. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, that'll go well. People in the place like, what's going on around here? Well, you have two little kids just hanging from the ceiling and beating on some old man with a goatee. Hmm.
Well, let me
But
know.
anyway, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
As long as this, hey, if this makes their day and they have a blast with it, that'll make my day. That's all I've got to say. And the grandmother is also a dear friend of me. And so she is so pumped about doing this. She just can't wait. It's hilarious.
excellent. Well, I think this has been a good little.
Yeah, good to hang out as usual. Always good to chat with you. Even better to introduce you.
And you too. Should we like keep this up? But I think we have to shorten it a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'll back off of the middle of the ring introduction.
All right, Lloyd. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.